Hello everyone, welcome back. It's Viviana. So today's pick a card is going to be part 2 of how did they do you wrong? What is their karma? I also wanted to add in how to protect yourself, how to move forward from this, because I think that's important. So we've got 3 piles here. We have pile number 1, which is this beautiful butterfly earring. Pile number 2, which is this snake, beautiful snake ring. And then pile number 3, we have these 2 matches. Just wanted to add that if you would like a reading from me, you can DM me or you can message me on here. Follow me on Viviana Tarot, or you can email me. I don't check it as regularly, but if that's the only way, give it a try. If I don't get back to you right away, please be patient. I'm pretty busy lately with a lot of things. I just finished an endoscopy that go down my throat today. And I'm up and doing readings because I want to. Don't think I don't, but I have the energy. I thought I was going to recover, but I needed to do something. Anyways, yeah, so take a deep breath, center yourself, pause the video, do whatever you need to do, and we will get started with pile number 1, which is the beautiful butterfly. This one's new. That one's the same. Everything's fine. Okay. So if you chose the butterfly, this is your reading. So the first card we got is Trapped. Second card we got is Share the Love in Reverse. All right, definitely a karma reading here, right? And then we got Pressure. And Pressure came in reverse. Both these cards, I feel like this really is the epitome of the reading. I feel like someone took a lot of pain and anger out on you. You shared a lot with them. They didn't share a lot with you. They had a lot of pressure on them and other things, and they took that out on you. They also made you feel very trapped and suffocated. They were very clingy when they wanted to be, and then they weren't when they didn't want to be. I feel like you're a very smart, intelligent person. It looks like it's a raven. And part of the reason why they kept you trapped is because of how smart, intelligent you were. You're actually very suspicious, and part of it for them was like a challenge because you're suspicious, because you're smart, because you're strong. This could be romantic. This could be someone that you've met, an acquaintance. They knew that you had a lot to offer, and they took advantage of it and kind of tried to keep you trapped because they were under pressure with other people because of their misdoings. There might have been some legal issues. There might have been some family issues. Either way, they took a lot out on you. You might have not known them for too long. You're also represented by the Queen of Pentacles here. So you may be a Virgo, but you were stability to this person financially, emotionally, and they took advantage of that. Yeah, with the Queen of Swords, they weren't clear about who they were. You could be dealing with an Aries, or an air sign or a Sagittarius. But either way, both of those signs were not operating within your best interest and not at their highest self either. Very unbalanced with the give and take here. Could be some drinking, could be some drugs that they were involved in and made things worse at times. But I do see someone who, was very genuine, honest. Here's Virgo. I'm getting a lot of Virgo energy from you. You had a lot of wisdom is what's coming up for me. A lot of wisdom here. And this person took from you. This person really, intuitively, they took. Wasn't that they intuitively took? You had this intuition. You had this wisdom. You're represented by the High Priestess as well as the Hermit here. You're a very intuitive person. You're very smart. You knew what was going on. So it's like maybe you're beating yourself up, or maybe this person's just really, I don't know. They feel very self-congratulatory about themselves. They didn't have a lot of strength. Also could be a Leo, but I also feel like they just didn't have the strength that you did, and you kind of pulled them through a lot. And they had two other people, or people they were pulling supply or energy from. So if it's romantic, there was someone else. They were indecisive with you to the point where it was insulting. They would kind of like pitch you against this person, mention this person. You probably know this person because they pitch you against this person. We've got Sword in the Rose in reverse. Not a lot of clarity here. You know, we've got the Two of Swords, which isn't a clarity card. It's a decision card. We've got, you know, Sword here. Yeah, so it's just like someone was just really narcissistic, really self-absorbed, into themselves. Initially, you were attracted to their breaking of the rules. Maybe you went on an adventure with them. For some of you, you went on an adventure with them on a boat, or you went on a lot of cruises or dances. You had a lot of fun times with them. They were someone who was a lot more carefree than you, maybe. But they also had a lot of less responsibility, so they might have gotten on you about that as well, and kind of tried to make what you felt like was like, you know, debilitating. Oh, it's debilitating. What's wrong with you type thing. We got the chaser and we got the runner. Wow. Okay. So I feel like they pulled the chasing run kind of thing on you. They chased you to death, you being this suspicious kind of person being hurt, and then they ran, and they denied that they ran from you. A lot of manipulation, a lot of gaslighting. You may have caught them out. I feel like even you were doubted because they were so confident in the way that they, you know, talked about promisings of changing materially and spiritually within themselves. They seemed genuine about it, and maybe they were, but they weren't ready, and they didn't tell you that. And that's still very selfish. We got partnerships and alliances in reverse. So I feel like they made it seem like you guys are buddy-buddy, they were helping you out, or you were such a great help to them, they really appreciate it. But really upside down, you were helping them out, they weren't helping you out. We've got the 3 showing up there as well. There's a third party. Triumph. But I feel like in the end, they didn't triumph over you. They may have already gotten their karma, or you may have left them, cut them off dry. We have the soulmate connection. There was a connection, but at the same time, this person had a lot of issues, suffering in silence. I think they had told you about it. They leaned on you way too much, and I feel like at the point they weren't looking at their responsibility and their shadow side, and then, like I said, they were taking it on you. So it's like you're almost like their free therapist or something. So yeah, that's horrible. Let's get into like their karma. What's going on now? In terms of, so what's going on with pile number 1's person in terms of karma for this person or resolution? What is going on now with this situation? I've got nails on, so I'm not shuffling crazy. I have to put some press-on nails. Green for this thing, as well as just for money. Okay, we got buy the book. Okay, buy the book. Chop wood. Okay, this person is having to face their responsibilities. Chop wood, do hard labor maybe, to keep a home, to keep a place. They're really having to work hard. They took advantage of you, maybe your home, this and that. They're definitely not in the here and now. They're very obsessive thinking. They're thinking about what happened. They're feeling guilty, or they're feeling just, they don't know where they're going. They're in depression and they're in anxiety, with things catching up to them, with you, with everyone. New life in reverse, like things will be stalled if they were thinking about moving, or they were thinking about starting a new job, or something was happening for them in terms of money. That's unstalled. That's gone because of what they've done to you. Between worlds. So now they're just in this like limbo, and we got 3 here, and now you've left that limbo. You're this flamingo here, stepping out into the light. They're still in the darkness, in this limbo. They were, you know, the 3's a crowd. It was like this ego thing for them. And now you've left. And you have, you know, the karma for you is peace. You will find peace. No more second guessing. No more gaslighting. It may take a while. It may hurt a lot. But for you, there's peace. There's no more guessing about how this person feels about you, what they're going to say next, what kind of blind sight's going to happen. Out to sea. I don't know. When I hear this, I just feel like also their reputation. Like now that you're gone, they don't have many people to like blame or like, slander your name to their friends or if you have mutual people. And people, if they do continue, people are gonna just be like, "Wow, this person's really out to sea." Like literally, that's how I'm seeing it. Someone who's just really like, they're just like, "Wow, you're obsessed with this person. Are you sure you don't like them? You're saying they're a psycho, but maybe you are." I feel like people are moving away from them, and anyone that they're trying to charm that's new is seeing them as very out to sea, not realistic. They don't find them charming. There's a lot that has to do with authority here. On the major side, this could be a legal issue. On the lighter side, it could be some type of punishment or some type of thing where there's authority that they have to listen to. Instead of being able to boss people around, bully, manipulate, there's someone who's in the authority that they have to listen to. New beginnings being completely blocked for them. This new person, if they want a new beginning with this person, it's not going to happen. For you, in terms of your reward, I feel like you'll get a reward and recognition for things. On their end, I think they'll get recognized for the wrong thing. Maybe they'll be America's Most Wanted. So enough about them. Let's see what you can do to protect yourself, kind of heal from this situation. What is in our best interest of pile number 1 at this point with what we know? I just feel like it's just a really bad situation, and I don't know. I feel like you might even smell bad smells when you're around them. They smell bad or something. It's just something's always smells bad, or it's like intuitively you smell things that are bad. Blessed. I think just being grateful for the intelligence that you have, that you're able to get out of it sooner, for your intuition, for your wariness, regardless of whether you got yourself in that relationship. It wasn't your fault. People are very manipulative. People are very charming and lying, A leg up in reverse. I feel like you've worked really hard and a lot of it will start paying up. It's in reverse, but it's like, I don't feel like you need a leg up because you've done the work. You're very talented. This person needed a leg up and you were their leg up. So now it's like just going to the distance, I feel like, in terms of, I feel like you'll be free to kind of go the distance now. Run fast, run free. Move towards some things in your life and go on a journey within your life of self-discovery and healing. This person was a big distraction for you, a change in the wind. There'll be a new beginning for you, so get excited for that as well. And just remember, you always have a loyal heart, and with these 2 owls, I feel like there will be some type of love situation coming for you very soon. Someone who's more loyal, someone who's more like-minded, someone who's your equal, and like they see all this like kind of like tattered clothes and things like that. They've also been through a lot of things, but they're also very wise and watchful and observant of you. And these tattered clothes kind of represent both of you kind of dealing, putting lemons and making lemons into lemonade. You've both been through things, so they're understanding. They don't use it against you because they understand, and they're going through things with you, and they're helping you, and you're helping them get through things that you've been through and they've been through. So happily ever after. So if you enjoyed that, please give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Love to get to know who's watching my videos. Always makes my day when I see a comment, how much I've helped someone or how much, it's resonated for them, or just saying hi. I just appreciate it a lot when I have my bad days. Online is a lot different sometimes than in the real world. Not everyone, you can't click off and block and all that. There's a lot out there and nasty things happening, bad things happening, right? So it's always a pleasure, and I hope that gave you some, clarity and some hope for the future. It's not the be-all, end-all. A lot of good things coming for you. And biggest thing is no communication with this person in terms of protection. I'm also seeing the color red. Wear the color red or a red amulet, or maybe work with a red stone, ruby, possibly. But look up a red stone for protection. I'm just getting into crystals. I'm like a beginner intermediate. So I wouldn't say ruby is necessarily for protection. It might be, but I'm seeing a red stone or wearing something red, as well as looking for tourmaline is very good for grounding as well as protecting. So yeah. All right. Let's go on to pile number 2 now. If you didn't find pile number 1 resonated, check out pile number 2, check out pile number 3. Maybe it'll be a mixture. Okay. If you picked pile number 2, which was the snake ring, getting it all better, this is your reading. Snake, butterfly ring. Okay. I feel like this could have been a bunch of people, actually. We've got the High Priestess of Fire. We've got Sun in reverse. And sadness and isolation. Okay, the biggest thing that I'm getting here is that it was a group of people or within a community that shunned you. They might have been really hostile, might have bullied you, might have tried to dim your light. The fire energy, the fire light energy here is really prominent in all of these cards. But I see someone who's just very, the numbers are all odd. So you just really didn't fit in with these people, and they bullied you, and they made you feel, or they just really didn't embrace you. And there was some open hostility and anger that they against you for judgment, or I don't know, let's see. But I feel like it was like some type of community, and you know, you just felt like you had to do a lot of work to get these people to like you or to just get along and feel okay. And you never seemed to get any different. People were very, you were very free with your resources and your energy and time and open with these people because you were excited. Maybe you moved somewhere new and you were very confident. People really saw that in you. But there was an atmosphere of just self-deprecation or toxicity. People were feeling really not good about themselves, and then you came around and you're happy and this and that, and you thought, oh, well, they're happy too. No, they were not. You came with a bit of money, maybe you helped someone out, they had a sob story, maybe initially people were nice to you, but it was very snaky behavior. They didn't like you when you stood out, because you stood out a lot, because you're different, because you had a different attitude, and they kind of pinpointed a lot of your anxieties and wrapped them around you. You know, they found out, they gained your trust, or they just kind of watched you and picked out things that were different from you than them and made those into a bad thing when they weren't, but they made it into a bad thing where you felt like you had to fit in more. And maybe you did for self-preservation, but you were originally shining, but these people might have slandered your name. These people are all the same. They're always about drama. They always do the drama, you know, with everyone. They've done this with several other people. V and P as names are coming out for me. There's just a lot of things that they weren't like. They're like kettle calling the, whatever the quote is. Sorry, I don't remember. But they definitely were hypocrites. There was a lot of things that they were hiding about who they were and what they did that they judged you about, or even worse things that they kind of, you know, in their little group, they kind of secretive, pretend to be all perfect and brag. You left that situation, and I think at one point you realized, like, I can't take all these swords and I can't do everything for everyone, and that pissed them off even more. And maybe things got worse in terms of shunning or isolation here. But you just didn't want to deal with it anymore. You didn't want to pick up the slack for people. You felt very overwhelmed. And it hurt you. I do feel like there was 3 people involved or more. But it definitely was like 3 people. A group of friends or a community or workplace. And I don't know. You tried to make it work. But these people were really just like very sure that they didn't like you. You may also, I don't know, maybe you had a wealthy father, or your father's the boss, or I don't know. I feel like you have a very strong financial sense about you. They didn't, or you have savings, but you worked really hard for it, or whether you did or not, they make a big deal about it because they don't have that. There's jealousy. They don't care, you know, so that's made you feel insecure. They made you feel like, oh, you know, you don't deserve it, or you didn't earn it. So it made you feel very self-conscious of yourself. They kind of just kept you on their, you know, on your toes. You didn't feel like you could self-care. You didn't feel like you could nurture yourself. You didn't feel like you could really observe things. It was always chaos, conflict all the time. If anything, everyone was staring at you all the time, but you were more of an observer, or you would have been, it would have been easier for you to observe so that you could protect yourself, but they didn't give you time to do that, and that was on purpose. We have the heart chakra here, right, Milo? So the heart chakra is backwards. So the heart chakra being backwards is showing that these people didn't show you empathy. They closed your heart. They closed their heart off to you, and they may have closed their heart off to a lot of people, even their own friend group. But there just wasn't love there, and you wanted there to be love and community or whatever this was, but it just they weren't. They were so insecure. Treasure Island. All that glitters isn't gold is what I'm getting, sort of. But I also feel like you were a treasure, but they just were so insecure about everything. Breathe. They just didn't give you time to breathe, and I felt like you needed it. You went through a vulnerable time. They kind of came around you, were fake or a certain way, and you felt like they made you feel like you could get in their good graces or you could fit in, but it was never going to happen. And they kind of like said things behind your back about it, made fun of you about it. Oh, she thinks she can be cool, or just they really nitpicked. They didn't have much like of a life, to be honest with you. Water cooler talk, universe. They just didn't want you to succeed. Truth. You might have been a whistleblower too, and yeah, you had a lot of confidence, and you saw things from a fresh perspective. You called things out when you saw them in toxicity in the workplace. They didn't like that. They wanted things to stay the same. They were scared. There was a lot of waiting around. You're a go-getter. Maybe you have an Aries energy, fire energy. They kind of just wanted to continue the things the way they were. And yeah, deception envy card comes out. So they definitely just, there's a lot of envy, a lot of deception. They wanted to look like the good person. There might not have been a lot of open hostility, but there definitely was a lot of concealed, or, when you weren't around. In person, it was like air kisses and all that, but then it was excuses and lies and masks and just lying about being abundant or competing with you, even though you weren't the type and didn't care to be competed with, and that made them mad that they couldn't impress you in a way either, right? Heart with a key. Getting together, meeting the one. What else do we have here? Maybe they sabotaged a love interest you had, or someone you had your eye on as well. They're all messed up. They just made you feel like you weren't enough. You weren't enough for them. I just feel like there was like a lot of flattery and all that, and like, sweet talking, but at the same time, and I like you, blah, 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 but there was just not a lot of like intentionality about anything, and it bothered you within what was happening, and no one really wanted to take you seriously. No one agreed with you, no one validated you. They just made things worse. You weren't able to get any of your ideas through. There's just too much power dynamics. But I'm seeing that you overcome a lot of obstacles in your past, and you overcame a lot of obstacles within this situation, even if you're still sort of in it. So let's get some karma. What is the karma for this group? I definitely see it like a split up and a fight, especially when someone leaves a situation. There's always another person that they pick on, and it might even be the biggest bully, the biggest one who bullied. What's the karma here? Okay, so I see for someone, their love issue, they might find out someone that they were with was using them, or was just not. It was very sexual. It wasn't what they thought it was. Maybe that person liked you, I'm almost seeing. Maybe the karma is that they see you, the sun, instead of this other person, and it made them really, that's the karma there. I see them being lied to. I see a lot of secrecy coming towards them. Maybe seeing a job of theirs being redundant, them being fired, being left out in the cold. And this is in reverse, but being left out in the cold, there could be opportunities, but they just don't see it. So, like, people start offering them things, but then they don't see it and they don't want it. And then people start washing their hands of them and start seeing them for who they are. That they're not an abundant person, that they're not generous, that they're not the way that they are. They start to see them for what they are, devilish, which is like more materialistic, self-obsessed, insecure. Where things are going right for them, obviously, right? Like all of us, but when someone who's like very toxic, you know, something bad happens to them, they can kind of go into a rage. So I see that any kind of partner they had might also be getting the brunt of that all of a sudden, and they're walking away. And a lot of people walking away from them and walking away from all these people because they are just don't have a lot to offer, and people are starting to see that. Especially if you guys are a lot older. I see for you leaving the situation, other opportunities coming towards you. You might be leaning to a person or a thing that's very passionate, very adventurous. I see you seeing the bigger picture now of things, less offended by it. I see you sitting on your throne as your empress. For some of you, I'm seeing a pregnancy. I'm seeing a birth. I'm seeing a birth of an art project. I'm seeing a birth of a new life. I'm seeing you glowing up and really people noticing and more than they did before. Because this environment was the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. It was dry and it was a drought. And it wasn't for you, but to be honest with you, it didn't seem like it was for anyone. It was just a rat race, trying crabs in the bucket type situation. So their karma is just basically their true self coming to light because of stress, pressure, and you not being around anymore for to be their punching bag. So in terms of like recovery and self-care, selenite is very good for cleansing and clearing all that negativity so you don't you know, carry those fleas with you, those toxic kind of behaviors to you use to protect yourself or assimilate to survive a situation. Selenite's good to meditate with. I also like using it for headaches. I put it on my head when I have headaches. But just to hold it and put on a guided meditation. I really like Joey Wargachuk's. He has crystal meditation. He has one on selenite. And he has one for different different crystals, but it's a really good, talks a little bit about the crystal, and then it'll go into a meditation, like talking about the crystal. And if you don't have the crystal, it's always awesome with him because the crystal just gets beamed to you. Like the crystal is just beaming to you now. Cleansing and clearing, doing a mini one, you know. Also candle magic is always great. Salt baths, great. Salt near your door is great. I'm seeing something about snakes. I don't know. Snakes could be actually a protective thing for you. Maybe snake jewelry. Something to do with snakes is also not necessarily this bad omen, but it's like work with snakes. Or maybe have a snake. Be around the snake a lot. That's what I'm getting. So I hope that you liked that reading. I hope that resonated for you, pile number 2. If not, check out pile number 1. Check out now pile number 3. If you'd like to book a reading, more than happy. Please email me or DM me. Give me a bit of time for your things because I'm just going through a lot right now. But I am happy to talk with you. Hopefully our vibes mesh. If you don't get a response, don't take it seriously. It's certain vibes I take on, certain people, certain questions that I like to for my journey as well. Please leave a comment if you like my readings as well. Check me out. Follow me on Facebook. Sorry, not Facebook. On Instagram. I have a lot of things there. I'm a human trafficking survivor as well as Indigenous. So I like to put a spotlight on missing, murdered Indigenous women and also the beautiful, amazing things we women do, Indigenous women do, our art, our beading, our businesses. And talking about human trafficking, talking about mental health in general, abuse, all that type of stuff. Everything I've been through, I want to try to help. I want to try to give my insights and the resources because I'm such a resource finder. So if that interests you, check out my Instagram. Back to regular programming. All right, if you pick pile number 3, it's your reading. I feel like someone really annoyed you or someone was very, very at you. Summon. We got summon, we got fire, and we've got third eye chakra. So I feel like this has a lot to do with a fire sign or 2 fire signs. And I feel like there was a lot of gaslighting in this situation, a lot of smoke show, just seeing summoning. There was black magic maybe on you. Maybe this person manifested you kind of out against your will type thing, or kind of put a spell on you in some way or another. And they just gaslighted you with the third eye chakra in reverse, kind of showing you like they made you distrust your intuition. They also kind of just put down your dreams. I feel like you're a fanciful person. You like to dream. You might be a watery sign. You like to imagine things. And they weren't like that. And they shut you down. They were very practical, but also very critical of, you know, your dreams and things you wanted to do. And even just the things you wanted to talk about, you know. But they didn't want you because they wanted to keep you around. They definitely pretended to be something they weren't, and it was exposed to you. Possibly they said that they were moving or traveling, or they wanted to travel with you, but it was a lie. Or the traveling, and yeah, there was no clarity. Or they did travel because they were seeing something else or doing something else. They had a double life. They also didn't have the money that they said that they had. Or they may have like, hey Milo? They don't have the money. We don't like that. They were just weren't abundant. They didn't have the money that they promised. They may have taken a bit of money from you, saying, oh yeah, they have your back, but they didn't really have your back. They didn't really have that money. I'm getting the male energy here. There was a false pseudo intimacy with them. They were very calculated about what they said. Most of the time, I'd say not all the time, but I'd say most of the time, they didn't say a lot about themselves and things that they did. They did it to elicit emotions out of you. Passion for them or passion for the situation, angry about someone else, you know. There's also probably a third party here, unfortunately. With the Two of Swords, they kind of just made, I feel like they put a lot of pressure on you, like to make decisions all the time too, like in, oh, you have to do this and you have to do that. They didn't have this emotionally mature upbringing maybe, but at the same time they put so much on you. So you, like, pile number 1 left the situation. You weren't about to take on the swords. And maybe they ghosted you because of that. You put your foot down. You thought maybe it could still work. And they walked away, played the victim with their head down, told everyone else that you abandoned them when they abandoned you. They might have said something like, oh, they said I was too much, so I left the situation. Or they started yelling at me. Or they said something. And but you were just really in your power. You were very clear with the Queen of Wands here. You may be an air sign about where's this going or what's going on. And then we have the Emperor. You're also just very efficient with it, not in a bad way, but they see it like, oh, she was being all like controlling and she was being like abusive and corrupt. With the High Priestess in reverse again, a lot of gaslighting, a lot of telling you that you're not seeing things. We got third party again. So there was something going on with cheating or something, and they were just telling third party again. 3 heartbreaks, hurt, third party situation here. Lying, really, really gaslighting you here. And very defensive, and maybe very almost violent or just scary in a way, but very confident in their lies and betrayals. And it made you feel kind of sad, and it also really didn't allow you to give the balance that you needed to yourself. So yeah, this person kind of put you through the ringer here. You had all the stability for them. I feel like you're just like healing now. Or you're on the way to healing. Self-indulgence. I think for you personally, you're healing. You're ready to heal. But they are not. They are living in a parasitic way. So what is pile? Can you get down, Bubs? Get down. Okay, so let's see their karma now. What's their karma in this situation? Okay, so they're definitely not going to complete school. I'm hearing. Drop out of school, fail school. Either that or just some kind of cycle is not going to end for them. It's not going to end for them well. It's not going to end the way they want it to. Something legally, but yeah, school or something legally. It's not going to go their way. It's going to continue to go on a certain way. And we've got this. We've got the King of Wands. This is someone who's not self-made, or this is someone who uses their temper and their anger in violent or abusive ways. They may get kicked out or fired because they want authority or attention or more money, and people around them are just seeing their selfishness and their temper get the best of them. And they don't feel like this person. If this person is already authority, they want to demote them or fire them because they're starting to see how corrupt this person is, how unfair this person is. Maybe they've done things that are legal, but they're doing a lot of the similar things they did to you. Yeah, we got the Wheel of Fortune reverse. Cards don't lie, you know. Bad luck cycle for them. Definitely losing something, job, school related. And they're going to go into a depression, you know. And like pile number 2, they're going to be offered things, but, you know, maybe they offer from you or from other people, but they're depressed. They don't want it, and other people are just going to, you know. Meanwhile, you're going to find they may be like, you may be their soulmate, or it may be someone offering to be their soulmate, and they're just going to reject it. It's never going to come back to them again. But I'm also seeing that there could be a possibility that, you know, you're like, I'm just seeing the 9 of, you're going to be more prosperous. Money's going to come in for you, 1,500, 300, 500. Looking, 300, 3,500 to 1,500 within a month. Get back to you on that. I don't know. Those numbers are coming to me. Also maybe 900, something like that. It might be over something legally. You get some money for that. Or, you know, if you're in a divorce or within a relationship, you might get a settlement or something like that. If you're suing or something. But with them, they're going to be fighting. They're going to be fighting a lot, and things are going to be slowed down for them. You can't treat someone badly and delay their life and delay their stuff and not expect your life to be delayed, right? Not expect that, you know, someone's going to inconvenience you, and you can't expect your dreams to go well when, you know, other people's are on hold because of their own tomfoolery here. We've got the King of Cups. For you, I see a nice, slow, kind of sweet romance coming in, a dating situation, very simple. But I also see just like more bringing love towards yourself and a spirit guide wanting to bring you love, and you're going to feel a sense of peace. Maybe you have a horse or an animal too. I feel like the money situation for you is going to get better, and for them, they're going to have to face the consequences of money and debt, and they're going to have to stay in a situation and not be able to have the lifestyle that they wanted or that they currently have because of things catching up to them, as well as maybe your generosity. They may have to take handouts from things or people they didn't want to. What else? What is their karma and what's your good fortune? Solitude. They're not going to get a lot of peace. They have children. They're going to have do a lot, maybe be around children. Maybe they don't like children, but they have children, and the children might be around a lot of responsibilities on them. They're going to feel emotional loss from you, of course, as well. They did feel emotionally connected to you, but they played a lot of games. They have a lot of masks. They have a lot of layers. I don't know in this lifetime if they'll be able to get it together, to be honest. The karma's kicking their ass, but I don't know. Discontent and boredom. Like, I feel like this person is very empty inside. They're discontent, they're boredom. You can be beautiful, gorgeous, nice, kind, everything. But this person is empty inside. They need to work on themselves. There's a lot of emotional loss they went through that they're not dealing with, and it manifests as boredom and discontent and emptiness all the time. For you, I see you moving towards more stability. I think the more that we say no to these bad situations, not all the time. Sometimes I feel like it ratchets up the toxicity of the people we meet for tests or for whatever reason, honestly. But at other times, I feel like with this case, firm foundation is just kind of confirming that you'll find more, you know, stability, you know, within your life and with someone. Maybe it looks like this, nice strong back. Ooh. You know, I just feel like you've climbed a lot of mountains. The person you meet might have climbed a lot of mountains. You'll find a little more balance and peace in your life, you know? And these memories of love, they'll fade. I feel like there's a lot of good memories with this person, or your mind can only remember the good memories, but I feel like the bad memories will come up and the anger will start and the grieving process will start. And it'll be easier for you to not feel so bad. It'll be easier for you to be motivated so that you'll meet this person, because I think that you'll work on yourself, or you'll be in the midst of working on yourself, because you'll like get the confidence back and emotional withdrawal reverse. You'll start like socializing more, and that's when you'll meet people that are more like-minded, and you'll meet stability within a person, within yourself, within a community, within your friends, you know? I see a lot of great things for you, though. A lot of green colors for you. Green for them, not in the best way, but green for you is like healing and the outside, and finding love from community and from the world, because I just get a feeling that you're a really great person, and there's a lot of people that could benefit from your love, and there's a lot of people who want to love you. They find you adorable, they find you kind, they find you amazing and like incredible. And they don't want to take advantage of that. They'd like to learn from you, they'd like to honor you. Some people even want to hire you to learn your secrets, learn how you maintain peace and dignity, and a sense of elegance with dealing with people like that. A lot of people may have heard, or you may have heard, said, how do you deal with this person? You're not like that at all. In terms of protection, if you're worried, I would say selenite. I'm also, my eyes being guided to tiger eye stone is really great for confidence. Tourmaline, like I said, the other one. And then there's hematite, which is good also for grounding. Meditation, protection meditation. If you have to deal with this person, I was told by an indigenous caseworker I had. I'm indigenous too. I don't know why I'm saying that. But she was telling me about thinking of things being like you're in a bubble, and allowing things to kind of just reflect off of you. I would know because I'm living in a toxic environment myself, but I've used it often. Thinking of Teflon too, thinking of a Teflon frying pan, just let things kind of slide off visually. I also wear this necklace sometimes, and basically I try to wear it outward. Sometimes it goes inward, but it's basically just to help me, and help other people's, that it projects back to them. The mirror projects the energy back to them instead of you, and just having it around you is just a reminder of what others' behavior is about them, not you. So reflected back to them as well symbolically. So, yes. Are we done? I think we're done. If we're not, I will do a third video, but I think we're done. So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to follow, like, subscribe, would love to hear from you. Appreciate all the support that I am gaining. My business just turned 1 in September 2nd, I think it was. So happy birthday, and I'm so glad that I'm still doing what I love, and I'm gaining momentum with my beautiful community. It's so important to me, and it means the world to support, trust me. I don't have a lot of people, and I've been through a lot, and I'm finally creating a community around me of people who are like-minded, supporting and loving, and appreciative too. So, thanks so much, and I stick around and keep on shining. Ciao.